Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. Cheers to those of you that have your beers. I hope you're enjoying your Friday. And happy 4th of July. Getting ready to step into a beautiful weekend. Sun shining. It's summertime. Love the heat. Love the desert. Today's subject's going to be about as you get older and you realize just how boring your day-to-day job is, and you're thinking maybe you might want to do a career change. And not only have I seen questions on my channel, I've seen questions on other mechanic channels where people of a different age, maybe it be in their late 20s, their mid-30s, their mid-40s, or even their early 50s, are looking to possibly get into the mechanic trade. They don't know whether or not they should go to school for it, dive on in a dealership, or even an independent shop. I'm guessing as you get older, you're probably not looking forward to diving into some kind of lube tech job. But if you're trying to get your feet wet, I suppose that's not a bad idea. What might be a bad idea is depending on what your circumstances are, what your financial stability is, what your current job is, and how much it is that you actually make from your current job. So if you're making a sufficient amount of income to support you and your family, and you have, let's say, a few kids that live at home still that are not quite graduated from high school, maybe they're thinking about going to college, and you have enough income at the job that you're at to sustain your lifestyle because you've been doing it long enough, doing a career change and moving over to the mechanic side may not be the best decision, because you are going to start out at a lower income until you build that knowledge, get sent to specialized training. And for those of you thinking about going to community college, it will get your foot in the door at a higher level than maybe, say, like Joe Schmuckatelli off the street. However, if you are a younger age or getting ready to get into your mid-30s and you're wanting a career change from the job that you currently have because you're not making anything north of, like, let's say $30,000, and you're hoping that you can get some kind of pay increase, whether it be up to the 50s or 60s, then a career change might actually be the best bet for you and your financial stability. I would definitely recommend, though, if you are thinking of doing any kind of career change, make sure you have something on the line. You've already got interviewed, you got a surefire shot at getting in, they're going to bring you on board, and you got something pre-planned before you go ahead and dip out of whatever job that you have. And hopefully you get in the door at a higher income level than you're already currently making, which is going to make your lifestyle overall better, right? And I know that they say more money, more problems, but you know what? At the end of the day, and money isn't everything, but it sure does help. Am I right? So if you're not making a really good income, there's a potential for you to make twice what it is that you're making by stepping into the field of automotive, and it is something that you want to do, then I completely understand a career change. And if you're doing, let's say, tow truck driving, you're running routes 24/7, or you're in a big rig and you're traveling East Coast to West Coast, and those miles rack up on you, and it gets kind of exhausting doing that, but you're making a sufficient amount of income, and I don't know what your bills are, what your financial stability is, and how much debt you have, or how many payments you have going out to what. But if you don't really have any payments and you're just racking up some good money and putting it away, and you really want to do this career change, maybe it'll be beneficial for you. Maybe it'll feel good because it is a change and you're getting into something that you want to learn, you want to know, so that way you can work on your own vehicle and save yourself not only the cost, but the extra added headache of having to deal with different shops working on your car. You can get more proficient working on your own car. In fact, I was just watching Faye Hadley's live stream, and she had mentioned that, you know, get yourself a project car, something that you can tinker on. So whether you're working at a desk job or you're driving some kind of big rig, East Coast, West Coast, running routes on a tow truck, which I've done working for AAA, where you're running routes all the time. And I did have a Jeep Cherokee, and having that be a project vehicle really kind of helped me to not only get into YouTube and have some enjoyment and get that extra added release of sharing my information with you guys. It was not only fun, entertaining, and I really enjoyed having a project Jeep. In fact, I'd love to have another project to work on the side. But I know that I need to save up enough money to do that. It's not that I don't have enough to at least start one, but I'd rather have enough money to actually finish the project. And I know it takes time, and you don't have to get it all on the same exact day, but working on your own car on the side will help you build knowledge, gain experience. You'll learn what kind of tools that you want or need to get into some of those trickier spots on a vehicle, because you will get into some tight areas, and your basic little mechanic set that you picked up from AutoZone or Walmart, or even going over to O'Reilly's, they got some pretty decent mechanic sets. Even Home Depot with the Husky lineup, or Harbor Freight with the Icon lineup, or even the Pittsburgh lineup. Know a lot of people that love that 301-piece set. Something. Get yourself something. Start somewhere. Learn the tricky areas that you're going to have to get into. Learn about specialty tools that you're going to need to be able to work on your own car, whether it's a power steering pulley pump puller, or maybe some ball joint removal tools or installation tools, air hammers. Learn if cordless is right for you if you want to go pneumatic. You know, there's a lot of things that you can learn by working on a project car. And that being said, that's going to also help you transition from whatever it is that you're currently doing into the mechanical field. I know before I even got my job at Sears Auto Center, I would work on friends and family's cars. I would change out like their fuel pumps. I'd change out like their oil pan gasket, you know, do rear main seals, things like that, intake gaskets, tune-ups, oil changes, transmission fluid and filter services, and that all helped me to build my knowledge going into Sears Auto Center. So I had some kind of a resume built up of the different vehicles that I worked on prior to getting that job, and that only aided me to getting into that job. You know, a lot of people ask about income and how much they're going to make starting out. I really don't know. You know, we heard Flat Rate Master talk about it in his latest video, Should You Be a Mechanic in 2020? Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how much they're paying. I don't know what your community is like, especially with this whole pandemic going on. It could be a very difficult time for you to do a career change in 2020. I don't recommend leaving your job that's providing you that stable source of income until we see what happens with the pandemic. That is my final answer, okay? Wait till the pandemic thing passes. Wait till the water settles down. If you still want to become an automotive mechanic, whether you're in your early 30s, your mid 40s, or even early 50s, no, it's not too late for a career change. But I would strongly advise you to consider all your responsibilities that you have, what your current job is and your financial position before jumping from one career path to another, because you are going to start from scratch. You're not going to get put at that top pay right away. You are going to have to start doing some more educational training, whether it's on the Valvoline website or going over to, I think even GM or AC Delco has some training courses you could take. O'Reilly's offers courses that you can go to not only online but sometimes in person. I've been to those courses. They do help. You get to learn things about vehicles from these master technicians that have retired, and they can actually share it with you, share that information, the things they ran into. You want to build your diagnostic capabilities, there's great channels out there. South Main Auto, Scanner Danner, and a handful of others. Diagnostic Dan. There's so many different people that strive on diagnostics. So watch some of their videos, take that knowledge into consideration, learn as much as you can, you know. And I always get people that are just talking a lot of smack about, like, well, why do you have this expensive scope or this expensive scan tool when you're a parts changer and you don't do any of that stuff? Guys, even Scanner Danner and South Main Auto would agree with me when I say, take that scope or scan tool. It's your money. You can use it on your own car, and if you have no problems, you can actually do pinout readings, whether it's, you know, chasing down voltage and seeing what kind of voltage, or ohming out a circuit. You know, you can test your fuel injectors, you can test your throttle body response, you can test your wheel speed sensor using scopes. You can watch coil ramp, you can watch you know, when you're doing a power balance test, you can watch it fall. You can teach yourself so much by having these tools at your disposal. Don't allow people to tell you you shouldn't be able to have that because you don't use it. Because if you don't use it, you're never going to learn. Learn as much as you can from whoever you can and put that knowledge to work. You don't have to showcase it on YouTube. You get a lot of criticism that way. Don't worry about the criticism. Focus on what your goal is. If you want to get better at diagnosis, do more research on how to diag. You want to get better at changing out certain components or diagnosing certain faults of the vehicle, whether it's pressure testing, compression testing, you know, checking for a leak down, doing block checks. There are so many different things that you could be doing and gaining that extra knowledge on your own. These tools that I'm talking about do not cost a whole hell of a lot. You can get them off Amazon. Most of these things have been rebranded, had another label put on it, and then are charged 2, maybe even 3 times more what their value actually is that you can pick up on Amazon. And that's why I share some of the affiliate links with you guys, because you can sometimes get discounts too. So that being said, get whatever you want to get, learn as much as you want to learn. Know it's not too late for you to do a career change, but understand that that all depends on your own living situation, what your lifestyle is, what your financial stability is, and what kind of debts you have. Again, don't just jump from one career to another without thinking about everything as a whole. And if you really got nothing to lose, you got everything to gain. And that's all I got for this video, guys. If you want to throw your comments on the subject of whether or not it's too late to make a career change as you get older, feel free to do so. Smash a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's content. Share if you want to share. And I'll see you guys next video. Thanks as always for watching. Cheers and deuces.